until now, we have seen what is a database. We got a basic introduction to databases. And then we have seen where to write the code. We started into Workbench. After looking into Workbench, we have also imported a database called sales database. So we have a code. If we run that code, automatically the sales database will be created. So if you go to MySQL Workbench, you see sales database here. Inside that, there are tables. Table 1, customers, employees, officers, and then order details, orders, payments, all these tables, there must be present. If you have this sales database, then we are ready to go. So create the database. You're already done with that. Create the database. By now, if you have not created the database, we already told you how to do that in the last video. How do you do that? You go to server, import from that self-contained .sql file. If that for some reason is not working, there is a shortcut for it. What you can do is create a new SQL file, create a blank file, and then open that creating sales db dump.sql. Open this file and copy all the contents from here. What exactly this file is trying to do? It contains all the commands for creating this database. Drop the database. If it exists, that means sales database, it exists, so it will be dropped. Create database. If not exists, sales database will be created. Customers table will be created. So this code I haven't really explained you. This is the DDL code, data definition language code. We will get into it later. As of now, what I want you to do is you simply select this whole code and then execute. Sales database got dropped and sales database got created. If you refresh this, then it will work. Let us refresh it and see. Drop database if sales exists, and from here on we will just try to execute it. Let us re-execute this. Can't drop database, sales doesn't exist. Yes, drop database if it exists. Okay, then from here on let us execute this. Created the database and then execute all the commands, everything. So once you run this whole commands, everything is running. Can you see that? Everything is executing. Finally, the sales database will be created. Look at this. If you refresh this, sales database got created. That is one more way of creating the database. The better way would be importing it from .sql file. Otherwise, you can copy paste the content from that SQL file. Now you don't need this SQL file. You can simply close this down. Okay. Don't save it. No need to save this because we already have the code for it. Okay. That is the database creation. Now we will get into this session called DML. What does that DML mean? Data manipulation language. By the way, how do you give a comment in SQL? You can use this double line, that is for a comment, or you can use this way also, DML commands. Okay. So that is a command that will not be executed, in the sense like that is not considered as a command. Okay. Now, let me tell you the major SQL mantra. Once you know that particular mantra, then your SQL will be very easy. Almost all the commands are connected to this. Here is the one basic SQL mantra. All of you pay attention on this. What is the major SQL mantra? Select star from where? The SQL mantra is select star from where? The important SQL mantra that you must remember is select star from where? Say it again. Select star from where? Let us see how do we use this mantra to fetch all the details or to handle all the DML commands. DML stands for data manipulation language. So here is our first command. How do you fetch all the values from a particular table? How do you fetch all the values from a particular table? Once again, what is the mantra? Select star from where? So let us suppose if you have products table. One of the table is products. Can you see that table in the SQL? Here is one of the table, products table. How do you fetch all the values from that products table? So go to our mantra. What is the mantra? Select star from where? Where is it? You want to select star means all values, all columns, all rows. Select star from products. You write it like this. This is semicolon, that is indicating end of the command. So I'll go to SQL and I'll type select star from products table. Products. If you execute that, then it will fetch all the values from the products table. So if you go to products table, product code, product name, product line, can you see that output? product scale, product vendor, product description, quantity in stock, buying price, MSRP, everything will be displayed. Select star from products. Select star from table name. Go ahead, write this, select star from product. See whether you are getting the same output as I'm getting here. Pause this video and execute this command, then come back. Now the second command is, how do you fetch values from a particular column? I'm not interested in all the columns. Okay. Let's say I want to print only product name. I'm not interested in product code, product line, product scale, product vendor, product description. No, I'm not interested in all this. I'm interested in only product name. Only that need to be printed in the output. Once again, go back to your SQL mantra. What is it? Select star means everything. Instead of star, what do you need to write? You have to write the column name, whatever is the column name that you want to mention. Here, the column name is product name. Product name is the column name. From table name, what is the table name? Products. So column name is, replace that column name with product name as it is mentioned. Product name. Select product name from products, and then the semicolon as usual, that is required to indicate the end of the sentence. So write it, select, what is it? Product name. Product name. If you execute this, what is the expected output? The expected output is only one column. Let's execute that. That's the one column. Pause this video, write it, and then check whether you got the same output as I can see here. Okay. What if here, if you see that it is simply getting all the product details. Even if a product is repeated twice, it is simply printing that. How many ever rows are there in that column or in that table? All the rows are getting printed here. Okay. What if I want to remove the duplicates? I want to get only distinct values taken by this product name. Only distinct values in this column I want to print. If a value is repeated twice, I don't want to print that value which is repeated twice. If that is the case, then you can do a small modification to this. If in case if there are any duplicates, if you do not want to print the duplicates, if you want to print the distinct values from that product name, or let's say if you have a different column, let us take a different column called product line. If you see product line, then you will see various values repeated: motorcycles, motorcycle, classic cars, trucks and buses. What if I want to get only distinct values from this product line? If that is the case, what you can do is, instead of writing this command, you write distinct. Select distinct product line from products. Again, the mantra is same. Select star from where? Select a distinct product line from products. If you execute that, what is the output? Motorcycle, classic cars, only the distinct values. This is the original output from the full table. Everything from that product line column will be printed. So actual table is select star from products. Let us get the actual table first. Here is the actual table. So if I go to product line, if I want to get only product line, that looks like this. But if I want to get only distinct values from that product line, the command is select distinct product line from products. Execute that, you'll get this output. Distinct is the keyword. What if I want to fetch a couple of columns? What if I want to fetch, let us suppose product name, MSRP. There are two columns, product name as well as MSRP. If I want to fetch those two columns from the table, do you remember the table? What used to be the table? Select star from products, that will give you the actual table. What if I want to print product name, MSRP? Where is MSRP? Product name and maximum selling retail price. Okay. MSRP and product name. If I want to print these two, what will be the code again? Select, write the two columns that you want to print. Product name, select product name, MSRP. Both of them should be separated by comma. Product name is one column, MSRP is another column. From, what is the table name? From products. Write it this way, then you will get the output. What is the expected output? What is the expected output? Let us write it down. Select product name. I'm just simply copy pasting it. Product name, comma, MSRP. from products. What's the expected output? Your expected output is product name and MSRP. That's the one that you will get printed. What if in the output, I don't want product name? What if my column name should be model name? Let's say this is the bike or car model. I don't want to call it as product. I want to give an alias. I want to give a different name to it, okay, in the output. Then you can give an alias using this command. You can use as command. Let's say I want to select product name from products, but in the output, I don't want to display it as product name. In the output, I want to display it as model name. Then you write as whatever is the name that you want to give. Here in the output, I want to display this as model underscore name from products. If I do not give from, can you see this? There is a small indication that there is some syntactical error that we are making. So if you write from, select product name as model name, that means product name will be selected, but in the output, it will be renamed as model underscore name. You check this out, model underscore name. Whatever is the name that you give here, that will be printed. Can you do the same for two columns? Yes, that is also possible. If you want to give alias, that's not a very big deal. You write it down, product name as model name, product name as model name, MSRP as, let's say I want to say as price of the vehicle or the cars or whatever. Then in the output, what is the expected output? You will have model name and price. It's actually MSRP, price is MSRP, model name is product name. So you can give two aliases as well. Pause this video and then practice along with me. Once you are done with this command, then only we have to proceed further. Otherwise, stop this, go back and make sure that you're not making any syntactical errors. Usually, when you're trying for the first time, you may be missing you may be making small mistakes, minor errors. When you're practicing multiple times, then you will avoid such errors. Okay. What if I want to push all of them into a table? Right now, it is just printing, but it's not creating any table. What if I want to push everything into a table? I want to create a new table out of this. Right now, this is the output. What if this output I want to store in a new table? So for that, you need to use a command create table. Okay. So you write the same thing as it is. On top of it, you add one extra command. What is it? Create table. Create table is the syntax, and you write the table name. Whatever is the table name. My table name is product name table. This is the table that I'm naming. This is the table that I'm giving the name as. Okay. Create table name, create table product name underscore table. How do you create the table? Select product name as model name, MSRP as price from products. If you execute this, the output is not printed. Does it mean this did not work? It worked. We did not get any error. If you check this carefully, there's no error. It worked. Create table, that command has worked. But where is the output? Where is the output? Here, there is a new table, prod underscore name underscore table should be created. How will you get to see that? You have to click on refresh. Look at my cursor. There's a refresh button here. If you click on that, prod underscore name underscore table. Now, how do you print the values from prod underscore name underscore table? How do you print it? Again, if you want to print here, what is the mantra of SQL? Select star from, what is the table name? Select star from, table name is prod name table. Then the semicolon that will indicate end of the command. Then execute it. Here you go. Prod underscore name underscore table looks like this. That's how you can put the values that are selected inside a table. That is the first set of commands. Now what I want you to do is go back to your PPT and watch lab 1. I want you to practice all these. I want you to recap all these. What is it? Write an SQL query for below requests or requirements. Select all the rows from employee table. So what I want you to do is go here. There's a table called employees. Select all rows from employee table. Write it down. Okay. This is your homework. You must do this. Select only employee number and job title. I'm not interested in all the columns. Employee number and job title. Create a new table for the resultant data. You understand this? You execute this command, but the result you must put it in the new table. Select only employee number and email. Rename employee number as EMP email as contact underscore mail. Create a new table from the resultant data. Print the values in this table. Print the values that are there in this resultant table. These are the three questions. You must be able to do it. Try to quickly do them now. This is your first lab exercise. Once you have understood all these commands, you must be able to do it now. Okay, go ahead, do it. Now let us see how do you fetch the data with a condition. Until now, we have selected all the rows. What if I want to select some rows with some condition? For example, I want to select only the customers from a particular country. I want to select only the customers above a certain age group. If I want to select the data with certain conditions, how do we do that? You do that by using select star from whatever is the table name. You write the table name for from products, and then you write the where condition, whatever is the where condition, age greater than something. Or for example, in products data, I want to select all the rows where product line is motorcycles. Then you write product line is equal to whatever is the name that you want to write, motorcycles. Then only the motorcycles related data will be selected. For example, let's say if I have the full data, if I see the full data, it has everything in it. It has motorcycles, classic cars, motorcycles, everything. But what if I want to select only motorcycles data where product line is motorcycles? Okay, how do I do that? Select start from products where here is a where condition. Product line is equal to motorcycles, where product line is equal to motorcycles. Select star from products where product line is equal to product motorcycles. If I execute that, then what will be the output? The output will be only containing motorcycles information. The other product lines will not be printed because we have given a where condition. Remember, this where condition need not be only on numerical values or non-numerical values. It can be on numeric data as well. This is now right now string value, non-numeric. What if I want to give a where condition where MSRP, maximum selling retail price, if MSRP is more than 100, then only I want to take that data. If that is the case, how do I give that? Select star from products where, first of all, I have to give this semicolon, where MSRP, whatever is the condition, greater than 100 or greater than 200, whatever it is, and give the colon. If I execute this, what will be the output? The output will contain all such products where MSRP is greater than 100. If I give MSRP is greater than 200, only everything that is greater than 200, that will be printed. Only two rows are there. What if I want to take everything except this? For example, I want to take every data point except motorcycles. Are you getting it? Here we are selecting a particular category. What if I want to avoid that particular category? I want to select all the rows except motorcycles. Right now, I'm selecting everything that is containing motorcycles. What if I want to take everything except motorcycles? Instead of writing where, you write where not. If you write where not, everything will be selected except motorcycles. You see here, classic cars are there in product line, trucks and buses, but motorcycles won't appear because you want to select everything except motorcycles. For example, if you take MSRP greater than 100, if you write where not, what will be the output? Everything that is less than 100, because everything except greater than 100 is what I am looking for. If you go to MSRP, everything will be less than 100. Instead of writing where not, you can simply write MSRP less than 100. That will be better. But when it comes to non-numeric data, instead of writing motorcycles, if we have to write 4 5 categories, I have to write classic cars, trucks and buses, vintage cars, etc., shapes, everything. If I have to write one by one, that will be time consuming. Instead of that, I'll write where not. Customers from a particular country, from a particular category, rows from a particular category. If I want to ignore them, you can use where not condition. Okay. That is how you can give where condition to fetch the data. Can I give multiple where conditions? For example, I want to have all the customers whose product line is motorcycles as well as MSRP is greater than 100. Getting it? I want to give two where conditions here. How do I do that? Select star from where. Now we will little bit arrange this because right now the lines are getting too lengthy. To make it easily readable, let us write select star from products where product line is motorcycles. That is one condition. And what is the second condition? And MSRP is greater than 100. You simply write and then MSRP greater than 100. These are the two conditions that we are giving, and the resultant data that we get will have motorcycles in the product line. There are only 5 rows. Check that out. And then MSRP is greater than 100. If I give MSRP greater than 200, product line is motorcycles. Let us see what will be the output. Is there any product like that? MSRP greater than 200 motorcycles. Right now, there is no such output. MSRP like this output. Right now, there is no such data that is returning this output. MSRP greater than 100 motorcycles, that is working. There are 5 rows, but there is no MSRP that is greater than 200 where product line is motorcycles. That condition is not available. Okay. This is and condition. What if I want to try where either product line is motorcycles or MSRP is 100 instead of and condition? Right now, both the conditions should be satisfied. So there are 5 rows that are satisfying both the conditions. Okay. Now, what if I give or condition? What does or condition mean? Either product line should be motorcycles, either that, or MSRP is greater than 100. If I want to give such condition, what will I do? I'll simply put or in between. So motorcycle MSRP is 95. So motorcycle condition is satisfied, but MSRP condition not satisfied because one of them is sufficient. Here MSRP is 214, but this is classic cars. Actually, we did not ask for product line classic cars directly. We told either MSRP is greater than 100 or product line is motorcycles. Here product line is motorcycles. Here MSRP is greater than 100. That is why this row came in the output. Either this condition is satisfied or this condition is satisfied. The first row is satisfying motorcycles condition. Second row is satisfying MSRP condition. Any one of the conditions, if it is satisfied, then it will be giving you the output. That's a R. I mean OR. Okay. Now the next topic is, what if I want to select from a particular column, let's say product line only. Okay. But I have 3 categories to select. Let's say I want to select classic cars, vintage cars, trucks and buses. These are the 3 categories of items that I want to select. I want to select classic cars, vintage cars, and trucks and buses from product line. How do I give that? Let's say within single column, if you want to select 3 items, you have to use in operator. So where product line in operator, where product line in, you can give this in as a lowercase value as well. But since these are operators or operator and operator in operator, you can give, since there are only 2 letters, you can give as uppercase. Where product line in classic cars, you write classic cars. Okay. And then that is in quotes, comma, vintage cars, vintage cars. Remember, the spelling has to be exactly the same. Or trucks and buses. Trucks, this is one category. And buses, trucks and buses. Where product line in classic cars, vintage cars, trucks and buses, look at the spelling carefully. If you execute this, the result will be only from these 3 categories: classic cars, trucks and buses, vintage cars. That's it. Nothing else will be printed. Check that out. Your output will also have a classic cars, trucks and buses, and vintage cars only. Nothing else will be printed. Okay. We are using in operator. This is the where condition. You can experiment with more where conditions. There are so many lab exercises that are coming up. There you will get more chance to experiment. Okay. Now, can we sort the data? Let us suppose I have this products table. I want to sort it by MSRP. I want to sort it. I want to keep it in the order, arranging ascending order or descending order. How do you sort the data? Usually, once again, if you go back to the products data right now, this is how the products data is printing 97, 214. So it is not in the sorted order. What if I want to print it in the sorted order? Then you write select star from products order by. You simply write order by. For sorting, the command is order by. Whatever is the name of the column, MSRP is what I want to order by. You write MSRP, then if you execute this, so it will order based on MSRP. Least one first. It is giving in the ascending order: 33 followed by 35 followed by 50, 60, 7 days. The maximum price is 214. That is order in the ascending order. The natural question right after this, what will be the next question? What if I want to order it in descending order, not ascending order? So right now, this formula, this particular command will give us order in ascending order. What if I want in descending order? You add an extra keyword called DESC, order in descending order. If you execute this, it will do order by, but the output will be in descending order: 214, 194. You check this MSRP, 122, 109, etc., etc. in the descending order. Order by descending. You can do it either ascending or descending. Okay. So that is the where condition and sorting condition. That brings us to lab 2. If you have understood all these commands, then you must go through this lab exercise and do it. What is it? Perform these below queries on the employees table. Again, go back to employees table. Do you have the employees table? Employees table is there. What you must do? Select all the employees with job title as sales representative and employee number is greater than 1100. Select all the employees where job title is VP sales, VP marketing, or offer code, office code is 2. Here there is a or condition. Look at that carefully. Understand each and every command and try to execute it. That is lab 2. Once you're done with it, then we will move on to the next topic.